Now then.
Okay,
So,
start.
starting us off. With in a on a road from the northernmost city of Northwest Avalon. Candice,
Hello.
you have taken a boat from over here
Mm-hmm.
across to here and is now traveling down the road. It's not that bad of a road. It will be. You've just recently. The day has just about started. You have about half a day's travel left through quite a wooded landscape. The snow is kind of crunching as you walk along the road. Just a bit ahead of you, you spot a fellow traveler on the road who has just about kind of a bit later than you gotten started on the day's travel and has just about finished packing up their camp.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be accompanied by a wolf.
Okay.
You surmise that considering there is a road and everything, there's only really one direction they could be traveling in.
Which should be west or north?
Southwest towards the city of
Southwest.
Goodall.
Okay. Sure. Okay. As I approach then sort of morning traveller.
Oh, hi. I assume you're also traveling, by the looks of it.
That I am.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start for you.
Well, we've been on the road for a while now, so I hope we just get to the point where we are traveling to soon.
That shouldn't be long.
I
Come
don't
on, let's
think
walk
it's gonna be
together.
that long. Yeah, sure.
You continue traveling down the road, getting acquainted with each other.
Mm-hmm.
As you start approaching the city of Goodall. At the same time, on a ship arriving from down south, it's about pulling into harbor as two figures enter the city. Unbeknownst that at the same time, just a short bit away in a nearby inn, another individual has just about finished a small little entertainment the night before, and is kind of just leaving the inn, seeing what the day has to offer. And as such, we move over to the city of Goodall.
Mm-hmm.
Where we have and there we go. So the travelers close in on the town, on the city. As you're getting close, the woods kind of open up to the right of you. As you see some derelict buildings, a road that's kind of snowed over, doesn't really have any traces of having been traveled. Bushes are kind of growing and it's kind of overgrown. It doesn't seem like a common road people take. The city gate is just kind of ahead, but you can't help to shake the kind of dreary and dark, gloomy feeling coming from the right at the same time. It seems to be almost covered in the snow, kind of goes from pure white with some dirt and grass in it to almost sooty, ashen, kind of stained state. The feeling kind of grabs hold of the two of you. You know that you have to enter the city through the main gate in just a bit, but you stand there and watch. Do either of the two of you do anything at this point?
Kenneth just sort of looks that seems the out of place for this time of year. I suppose maybe if it's a recent development, then maybe they've not had time to clear it out.
Maybe. Though I really can't shake this eerie feeling. Well, it's probably nothing for now, at least.
The two of you make your way inside the city. And as you do, you feel like there is a kind of mostly joyous feeling in there. A lot of people kind of running about. A lot of people seem to be preparing for the festivities. You can see quite a lot of well-dressed gentlemen kind of moving in a group of three. They're discussing what they're gonna do at the party tomorrow evening. At the same time, you see some younger individuals, you would say teenage humans, seem to kind of be a lot less well dressed, kind of scurrying about in the alleyways. As you continue traveling, you reach the center of town as you kind of go the path that fate feels like. As you are doing so, you spot two individuals coming towards the same plaza from the harbor. You make eye contact as you're kind of crossing each other's paths. Suddenly,
Morning.
though, as you're kind of greeting each other, you hear kind of a ah! from just around the corner.
Just a sneeze, or
The was more like someone landing in the snow.
oh, okay. Can't just look over and go. I guess someone's not keeping their footing.
Definitely sounds like it.
Shortly thereafter, you hear the slam of a door.
Wise choice. Well, anyway. Morning to you both.
Morning.
Morning.
I suppose you're here for this festival as well.
Why indeed? It seems to be a lovely festival indeed. And you yourself?
Yeah, travelled here from further east.
Ah, quite a journey, I presume.
Not too bad.
Well, I hope it fares better than the journey we've taken off the shores.
Where have you come from?
Oh, we wander off here and there a little bit. Can't remember last place we went to, but decent folks there.
Fair enough.
As you're kind of small talking there, another individual has reached the plaza, hearing the talk of people that seem to be travelers. A peculiar interest. This individual kind of approaches the group, finding them interesting.
So you see a dwarf in spiked armor and with got a bag and also one battle axe, two hand axes, two light hammers, and a warhammer in their belt. And they approach and say, "Oh, hello there. Are you travelers, perhaps?"
Indeed, we are. Might you be one as well?
Yes, yes. Very much so. What brings you here?
Ah, the Folkrest Festival. At least in my case.
Of course. Well, would you care for some entertainment?
You, at this point, you might notice that this purple-haired human woman is carrying both a lyre and a strange instrument that doesn't seem to be from Avalon on her back. And she sort of, far be it from me to deny a fellow performer.
Ooh. I see. Yes, yes. You have some nice instruments there.
Oh, thank you.
Well, if you'll just give me a moment, and so they reach into their bag and sort of, well, it takes a while, but eventually there is a drum set in the plaza.
Are you using the hams as drumsticks by any chance?
No.
Okay,
Aw.
okay. I was
That would
worried
have
for
been
a
fun,
minute.
though.
They have a proper drumsticks.
Okay.
So, oh, of course, where are my manners? I am Holly Poinsett. Have you perhaps heard of the great King Baldric Greystone of Stonehammer?
Be hard not to.
Well, you're in luck then, because I have a song of his that I would like to sing for you.
His expression worries me.
Brothers of the mind rejoice, swing, swing, swing with me. Raise your pick and raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Diamonds, rubies, gold, and more, hidden in the mountain store. And she continues, of course, with
Of course.
thing. And
Noticing
into
the dwarven
chorus.
songs.
Yes.
A very gruff looking dwarf kind of approaches, kind of. You got good taste, boy. I would stay away from this area with those kinds of vibes. You don't want to get on. Don't want to incur the wrath of Ebon Breeze.
Who might that be?
At this point in time, the richest man in town. Oh, suppose you don't know about Ebon Breeze then, do you?
When you were up a few minutes ago. At least in my case.
I see. Well, he was partnered with the Marquis brothers, considering I passed last night. Well, he now owns essentially the entire company. The dwarf kind of struts away after this.
Sounds odd.
You spot a elf kind of approaching you, having heard the conversation. He kind of looks around and then goes, Would you be new in town?
Yes, we've just arrived.
Good. I believe you are just the people I need.
For what exactly?
He kind of gives a little gesture with his hands. Suddenly you hear his voice in your heads, and it's familiar to the voice you all heard this morning. You all thought it was a dream, but it seems to be his voice. You see, I'm a bit of an author, and I like to use my skills that I've acquired to aid people. But I would need some help for helping this individual.
Well, I'd be happy to.
Well, you see, this morning, two brothers, Jeffrey and Roger Marquis, they passed away in their sleeps. It's unknown the cause, as far as I can tell. There are no traces of trauma or violence yet. They are not old enough to where they... Well, I suppose they could, but as they are gnomes, it's unlikely that they would pass due to old age already. Rather, I believe this is the spirit's work. Rather, it's a sort of balancing act. Because those who sin, those who commit cruelty, are usually brought down by fate, in my opinion. And if any people were cruel, it would be the brother Marquis. Though I fear that their partner, Mr. Ebbenbreeze, will soon face a similar end. And thus I want you to help me, to change him, to turn him around. And what a better day to do so than this holiday. Folkrest, the tradition of family, love and passion. What other better time is there to teach a man empathy?
What do you want us to do?
Well, I don't know quite sure myself, but if you can show him the consequence of his action, perhaps the consequence of what he has missed out on. For his personality is one of miserly greed and not more. Let's actually show you a bit of what kind of person he is. Look over there. And he points down the street. Coming from this direction, those kind of lowly, like derelict houses, you see a grung man, grung being kind of frog-like people, wearing a very tattered winter coat. It seems like it's kind of been through many winters. It has like holes a bit everywhere. That's kind of a very poorly stitched together with what seems to be almost hay straw. His scarf is essentially just a piece of cloth that's kind of been fraying at all edges. His hat is barely holding on. Yet he walks with a surprisingly joyous step as he kind of hums, "This is season to be jolly and joyous," as he walks past your group. That, my friends, is Rob Cribbett, one of the most trusted employees of Mr. Ebbenbreeze. Let's follow, shall we? And he casts greater invisibility on everyone.
Oh, okay.
Also the puppy?
Yes.
Okay, good. It would have been weird if there was just a fucking wolf trotting along.
Yeah, no. Come with me. His voice guides you.
Polly hurriedly packs her drum set
All right.
and comes on.
Does the drumstick go invisible as well?
Yes.
No, when the okay.
You approach a building on the corner of this area, just a few steps out. As you see the Grung man kind of enter the building, he enters and you immediately hear from inside the voice of a stern older man. "Mr. Cribbett, you should have been here 2 minutes ago. I'm gonna dock your pay for today by half." The Grung seems accustomed to this treatment and just goes to his desk and begins working with the accounting papers. You notice that it's very dark inside and very cold. At most times you would expect the door opening at this time of year to kind of let the warmth kind of come out of the door, yet it felt as if it was colder inside. You see through the window that everyone inside is wearing like full winter clothing. The elf kind of speaks to you in your mind. Darkness is cheap, and Scott like that. You see, if he doesn't heat up the inside, he can't lose money on heating. A human man comes down the street from the east side. Kind of knocks on the door you're standing next to. Uncle Scott? Uncle Scott? You in there? Without a response, he kind of opens the door and then he kind of enters. Well, there you are, you old miser. You're in as much Folkrest spirit as that the dearly departed, if not less so. I suspect you to be celebrating the fact that you're now the one in charge of this place. It looked like it. Well, I came here to invite you to my Folkrest dinner this evening. What say you? Would you enjoy that? The old man, older man kind of goes, Folkrest. Humbug. It's merely a spectacle for no cause or concern of mine. Well, Uncle, seems that one thing is absolutely tradition around here, and it's your behavior. Well, happy Folkrest to you. And he leaves again. The elf takes next step and says, "You see, Mr. Scott has no need for family. He cares not for their well-being, nor their interest. For him, what is dear to him is his money, his wealth. A trait he developed very young, and that has unfortunately stuck to him since then. Next up, you see a kind of bird-like person, kind of a craven-ish, hooded person with still very friendly outfit, kind of approaches and kind of knocks on the door, kind of steps in carefully, kind of signaling like, "Greetings. I am collecting money for the houses of the poor and destitute. Would you be interested in donating?" The old man goes, "I know how to care about poor people. My taxes pay for the poorhouses and the prisons. If they need somewhere to be, then they can go there." What you assume is a King Ku goes, but some of them would rather starve than go there. Mr. Ebbenbreeze goes, "If they'd rather die, then they better do so, and do it quickly, and reduce the surplus population." The Kenku kind of seems annoyed and then leaves. As you can see, Mr. Ebbenbreeze is very much held firmly in the grasps of greed. But to change him would change a lot of people's lives. His employees, those who rent from him. For if fate is allowed to continue, I fear he will pass before next Folkrest, the same way his partners did. And if so doing, well, it will merely create a vacuum where a new person of power will come and control the poor. What say ye? Will ye help spread the joy of Folkrest?
Well, I mean, we might as well try, I guess.
Oh yes, I think he could do with a smile.
You could also do with some warmth. Both inside and outside.
That you might be right on. I will help you as much as I can, but I believe that if we are gonna do something, it needs to be tonight. I have struck a contract with my magical abilities to temporarily bind the spirits of the Marquis brother in order to employ their aid as a warning to Mr. Ebonbreeze. I will have them warn him that he needs to change, and that there will be, let's call you, spirits of Folkrest to help him on the right path. So I will give you the day to prepare for whatever you think would help the most. If you need my aid, I'll live in a small apartment on the second floor of a store on the west side of town. Farewell, he says as he kind of bows and then kind of just flips out of your vision.
Well, at what point does our invisibility fade?
It begins fading as he disappears.
Sort of hardly go out of sight of, sort of back out of sight of the building. And, well, nasty as he is, if the alternative is worse, we should probably do something.
Indeed. But how do we cheer up a fellow like that?
I suppose some elaborate display of it. She's sort of, the words catch in her throat, and seems to be looking for them. Oh, what's the word in common? Just starts muttering to herself in Sylvan. Trying to remember what it is. Trails off.
You hear two gentlemen kind of passing by. Oh my. Mr. Ebonbreeze is as bad as usual this year. Don't think I've ever seen the old codger smile. The other one kind of responds. Well, he made him a point there. Though there was that one Folkrest festival where I think it was his first Folkrest around here. I think I saw him smile at Mr. Falswick's party. Oh, that's news to me. And they pass by.
Okay. And that's the party person who invited him to this one as well?
No. This was someone calling me uncle.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see, how does this...
Well, if we can convince him to go to some sort of party, then that might be a good start, although I'm not sure how we go about it.
I'm wondering why he's not going anymore, since he seemed to have fun at that one.
What was this? It did say it was his first. It must have been a long time since that.
Very long time.
Yeah.
Maybe we should seek out these people. Perhaps we could get a clue to what happened.
It's not a bad idea.
Actually,
Yes, let's do that.
You said that Holly had been here since last day or something like that, maybe?
Yeah.
Does the name seem familiar to her?
Yes. Mr. Foswig and his previously his mother essentially owns a family company that very much is famous for throwing some of the best Folkrest parties in the entire continent.
Well, the name sounds familiar. They're, in fact, I think that family is famous for some of the best Folkrest parties in the entire continent.
Well, that seems like a good place as any.
Yes, let's find them. And Holly will start to try to get to the false wigs then.
Okay. That would be down in this building.
Well, sorry?
This building.
Ah, I see. Is it like, do we know that just offhand, or?
I mean, everyone in town would know that, so yes.
Okay, so we just ask around then.
Yes.
Yeah, so Holly just immediately heads there.
Yeah. As we walk, a raven flies down from the sky and just lands on Candace's shoulder and just... Oh, welcome back. And just pats his head a bit.
Alright. You arrive at the residence of the Falswick family. A Goliath man stands guard outside. Do you have business here?
Yes, indeed.
Then please state what it is.
Well, the name's Holly Poinsett, and I was wanting to speak with Mr. Foswick about his parties, not for an invitation for us, but for an acquaintance.
Mr. Falswick is busy. He is counting the amount of baubles in his Christmas tree, or Folkrest tree.
Perhaps if we were to offer to help him with that, he might be more amenable to our conversation.
I'm not sure. He only invites those who have a lot of spirit, those who really embrace the Folkrest tradition.
Oh, I have lots of spirit.
How can you prove that?
Wait just a moment. And
Oh God.
she ruffles in her bag and brings out a huge harp.
Oh, I thought we were going to drink the drum kit again.
No, it's a harp, which is also very big. And she begins down in the deep where the dragon used to sleep. Glorious gold glimmers in our home of old. And continues like that.
The Goliath seems perplexed. Well, I suppose you can come in.
Oh, thank you, good sir.
What about you four?
Well, I said, what would be the... She sort of turns to find it again. A group package? Is that the phrase in common? Yes. I think so.
Only those who prove themselves.
Estrella will look at Garm and then turn to the party and say, I think I'm gonna dip out on this one. I will try and find some more information on how we might change him a little by asking some of the other townspeople.
Of course. She turns to the others who she met earlier. What about you two?
Well, I can always show a little bit of my spirit, if you know. As I
I'm sorry. I just like I know that you mean it perfectly innocently, but
Yes.
coming from you, it sounds like an omen of death.
as I proceed to slowly open my bag and pull out a Sean, or whatever it's pronounced. and I
Let's say
proceed
pull out
to
a rock.
and I proceed to
Perhaps an
play
electric rock.
a very much in the spirit, in the seasons melody.
Give me a performance roll for that.
I love how you're not making my roll performance because it's just
Wh-
happening anyway.
No,
Which-
like if you give a performance, then I judge your performance. If you don't give me a performance, you're gonna have to roll performance.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Where do I do that now? Because I don't know if I.
So open your character sheet.
Yes, I have that open.
In the second column, the one that starts at the top with inspiration proficiency bonus. You've then got the skills section. You just click performance in there.
Oh, okay, just click performance. Okay, let's see.
Yep. Cornelius Lupin the Fourth. Good name.
All right, you can go into.
I just turned to him like, "Oh, sir, please, could my wife please follow me for it? We go as a pair. Wouldn't want me to leave her out of this."
He kind of squints at you. My wife threw me off a mountain because I didn't pick up my socks. She has to prove herself too, or she's not getting in.
Oh dear.
I just kind of lean to her like, "Well, dear, what do you wish to do?"
I am going to kind of look over, and I'm going to do a minor illusion and to change my armor so it's green and has like little, almost like a Christmas tree in a way. You see?
Persuasion. All right, you can go into. The Goliath now looks at Candace.
I found the verse I want to sing and I'm freezing up. I don't think I can sing it. I don't think I can sing it fast enough for the original BPM. Candace sort of, she sort of pulls out her shamisen. Sort of, this is one from my homeland, but Zindo keren goka, attention sero goka, ishi hoji ni majiki shogeki nontan taraka dodo topa. And just strums along. It doesn't seem maybe as bright and cheery as some of the other songs, but she's sort of putting a lot of emotion into it.
The Goliath approves and goes, all right, for you and go inside.
My heart rate just hit me in the fucking throat.
I kind of just do a bit of a tiny clap, just like, yay.
Thank you. Yeah, Okay, anyway. Thank you. So it turns to, sorry, what was your name again with the wolf?
Astrea.
Estrella. Well, I suppose we'll see you around in a bit then.
Yep.
All right.
And you just hear her heels clack on the plaster. That's all. She's just leaving.
All right. You head off. In what direction do you want to head off?
Probably like into this direction rather. Like more towards the
Alright.
center again.
All right. The other four of you, you enter. Inside, you see a very well ornamented and decorated Folkrest tree. There's tables prepared for tomorrow's party, lined with utterly immaculate silks, tablecloths, probably imported from Shinjuhama itself. There is candles made by mastercraft artisanship. There is garlands hanging everywhere, kind of well adorned and colorful and almost emulating the kind of feeling of joy sparking through. And in the middle you see a halfling kind of standing on a ladder, kind of counting baubles in the tree.
I slowly approach the halfling and go, "Good evening." Or day, or whatever.
It's morning.
I cannot tell the time.
He fails his wisdom save.
You also know what time it is.
And goes, "Ah!" because of frighten.
Oh,
And
dear.
because he's startled and kind of begins falling off the stepladder.
So Holly rushes forward to try to catch him.
Okay. Give me athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics, please.
You easily kind of just do like a spin forward and again just hold out your hand and just pronk. Perfect landing. Oh my. Who are you?
The name's Holly Poinsett, and we heard about your parties.
Oh yes. I'm sorry, but we are not inviting any more now. We do not have time to get more tables.
I see. We were actually about to ask if you might have room for one person more.
No, I would need another share for that, and those take ages to ship because we're buying them from Roscastle. They take months to ship up here.
Maybe I could make one.
I don't think so. They have to be perfectly in line with these shares, or else it will be out of place, and my party need to be perfect.
I understand, but if I can take a closer look at one of the shares, maybe I can copy it.
All right.
Anything I should roll for that?
Investigation, I guess.
Yeah. And yeah. This. Nope. Yes. This would be great.
I love how that was a cut-off scream.
You feel like you have the perfect mind of how the share looks.
Yes. She just says to herself, kind of, she looks it over.
Hmm. And?
I'm just watching this in curiosity.
So it takes her a while, but eventually she says, "Oh well, I think I've got it."
Okay, what do you do?
She rushes off outside without waiting to explain anything more, and says, "I'll find somewhere to make it."
Okay. Gotcha.
So she's off to make a share and hasn't explained anything to him and leaves that to the rest of you.
Okay, what do the other three in the room do?
Guess an introduction is due. We present ourselves to this fellow. Name's Cornelius Lupin IV. This is my loved wife, Vin, and an acquaintance here. Just points to you.
She gives an eastern bow. Kind of spooky.
Well, mind me asking, why are you so interested in a singular invitation?
Well, I believe we've been tasked by a local of some renown in the order of redeeming one. Ebonbreeze. And
Oh, Scott Ebonbreeze? Oh, I remember. He was an apprentice of mine when he first arrived in town.
oh, how long ago was that?
Oh, it must have been like 15, 20 years by now.
What was he like back then, out of curiosity?
Oh, he was a very ambitious young man, I will have you know. He came here with one goal in mind, and that was to become wealthy and rich. He always kept working overtime even. He would sit when the rest of us went for dinner or lunch break. He would sit in the office continuing working on the accounting. Though I suppose that one time, you see, he only attended one Folkrest party of mine ever. Even if my employees, of course, have a free reign to come and go as they wish, he only arrived once, and at that point it was because my dear mother actually dragged him over. He literally arrived and asked me about if I was gonna look over the accounting books before tomorrow morning. However, I introduced him to a colleague of mine, or rather their daughter. I think I actually saw him smile. I don't know exactly what happened after that, because he soon got partnered. He soon got swept up in other affairs, and they didn't really talk much about his private life. But I know that about a year later or so, he partnered up with the Marquis brothers.
See.
And who might these Marquis brothers be?
Oh, they are the brothers who originally bought out the old North District and then turned it into, well, its deplorable current state. But nonetheless, they were very influential in these parts, and being partnered with them must have been a big step in his career.
Yeah, Candace is just sort of taking it in the moment, I guess.
Okay.
You said that you met someone who made him smile, correct?
Oh, yes. That would be the daughter of a colleague of mine. I think they hit it off quite well.
Do you know where she might be?
I can't say I'm sure, no, but I believe at least her father's business moved a couple of years later away. I believe they moved their business over to... I think they went south. I'm not sure how far, though.
South, still in the town, or?
Oh, no. To the south half of Avalon.
Ah. A bit too far for a day's travel, then.
Oh yes, very much so. I'm not sure exactly of what happened between the two of them, but it seems that he didn't really change much. If anything, he became more greedy.
That's good information, thank you.
Meanwhile, Astrea, you kind of have been wandering about a bit when suddenly you hear a your wolf partner kind of turn and then turns his ears slightly and then kind of looks northward.
I will cast Speak with Animals on myself, but the one that I recharge.
Yes.
Okay. What's wrong, Garm? What do you hear?
I hear a commotion up north.
We should better check that out. Let's go.
He will also mention that he senses a smell similar to that grong from before. As you're heading up, you spot what seems to be a somewhat, you would say, probably a guess of you would guess at least that they are a halfling, but it seems that they have some traits of probably half-birth. Alongside two very small grown children. They are surrounded by a mob of three kind of thugs standing around.
Okay. She will send Garm in to like, because Garm is pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, pretty like dire wolf big.
Yeah.
Trying to like at least scare them away, like position him in front of the kids and the halfling thing. As Astrea will stand behind the thugs.
Yeah, the gun kind of runs in the gun. And two of the folks kind of back off. The third one kind of looks on from a distance. What do you want?
That's what I'm questioning. What do you want from them?
Well, you see, we caught this one trying to take off with our haul.
And why do you think that they did it?
What do you expect? They're from the poor district. Of course they're taking off with whatever they can. They'd take the bloody cobbles off the road if they could.
Well, can you really blame them?
My fault. I didn't rent from Mr. Eben Breeze. They did.
So that is okay. She's just mumbling to herself, taking in that info he just gave her. Astrea will like turn around to the kids and the halfling to shoo, to like leave if they can.
The halfling woman kind of you go ahead, and the older of the grown kids kind of nods and kind of heads off, whereas she kind of very slowly, because it seems that the youngest grown kids can't really walk properly. He's very much limping very poorly. You see that next to him is a stick, literally as a tree branch, that has been broken in half.
So would Estrella see that as an injury? Like, would she be able to like tell what it is?
It doesn't seem to be an injury, no. You can roll me a medicine if you want to try and figure out what's...
Sure. Yeah, no.
You wouldn't know exactly what it is, no, but it doesn't seem to be an injury, so to speak.
Then maybe an illness or something. Okay. She will then turn back to the thugs, because she is not gonna leave until they leave.
Yep.
So, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. You choose.
I don't think I need to choose anything. I am the one right. My friend, you'll have to know. His uncle is the judge in the court in town. I just pay him some money, and whatever I do, poof. Boys.
This town is really corrupt, isn't it?
Boys. The two thugs nearby kind of pull out knives, and one of them begins to walk away after the halfling.
Oh boy. Alright, here we go. I will send Garm to what was their name again? The one that hosts the party. To the house to bark.
Foster.
Yes, to bark and signal the others to come
Alright.
out.
He kind of gives you a nod and scutters away.
And while that is going on, I am going to let's see. Which one was it? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna use Walking Ink
Okay.
and make like a little, not little, like a relatively normal-sized raven.
Yep, you pull out a piece of parchment and just scribble quickly on it, and a raven comes out of it.
Just for info for the others to read if they want to.
Thank you. I looked at the moment you said it, I looked up the spell and I couldn't find it.
Yeah. And I will then make that raven like pick on their heads so that they get a little distracted for now. Because
Yeah.
I can't take all three of them, obviously.
Alright, the raven kind of flies off towards the one who's trying to catch up with the halfling and the grung children. Kind of... Oh. Meanwhile... we have...
Holly.
Yes. You're kind of looking around as you see a wolf come towards you.
And yeah, I suppose I would recognize this wolf.
Hmm?
Oh, hello there. Oh. You don't say? Well then.
It kind of bites in the air in front of you.
So, should I roll for understanding this?
Yes, give me animal handling.
Yes, I will.
Oh,
God.
no help is gonna arrive. Estrella found dead on the floor.
Perceived
So what do I
level.
believe?
Whatever you wish.
You believe that it's looking for a treat.
Good thing I sent it to the house so that he will go and try and
Yeah.
find something.
She looks around. Is there anyone selling any food?
Not really, no, not in these parts.
Well, I'm sorry, but maybe. Oh yeah. You know the house we were at earlier? I think they were going to have a party. They might have something for you there.
Did we just roll something for Garm? Okay. Garm just realized that you're not understanding. Grabs you by the collar in its mouth and then runs back to the house.
Dude, it's okay.
Just carry her like
Carrying
a
a dwarf,
puppy.
alright.
You start screaming, the chair.
Suddenly, back in the house, the three of you hear a tonk. As
Did it run to the door?
As a dwarf comes sliding out along the floor towards you.
Yeah, with spiked armor.
Yes.
Sliding air quotes. Shredding along the floor, there we go.
Followed by Gom, who kind of.
What is it, boy? Also making the same head motion, I guess.
Yes.
Alright, lead the way. I sort of nod to the halfling. Thank you for your time. I believe we've been called away. And as I head out, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just as I head outside, I sort of go and go, and the bird sort of flies up to the sky. I place a hand on Cornelius's shoulder. Can you lead the way for me?
Sure.
Tap me on the shoulder when we get there, and I go blind and look through my familiar's eyes.
Okay.
Just
Garm would
sort
probably be
of,
big
just
enough
sort of
to
do a
carry you,
lazy
so-
circle of the town to see what I can see.
Okay. You
And,
see Estrella and three thugs by just a bit north of the main plaza.
The fog's fighting what looks like a raven. Or being bothered by it, rather.
Well, one of them
Other
is being
thugs
bullied by
look-
a raven.
One of them, yes.
Okay, I'm joining in. There's like a sort of, it's like when you go down really fast in like a roller coaster, just like this lifting in Candace's stomach, even though she's not actually, even though she's just walking and just, and
just
out of
realised I think
straight
I
out
can
of the
make
sky, you
another
just see
one.
another raven just, and dive at one of the others.
All right.
Oh my god, I can make another one. Tay, I'm making another raven for the third person. I
Okay,
can't
we'll,
afford technically.
we'll get to that in a second then.
Yes,
Because
yes.
as they are arriving, we are gonna go to roll initiative.
Okay,
Alright.
where's our little initiative order?
There it is.
Thank you.
And yeah, for battle music, I'm very happy with this.
Did you say a Muppet Christmas Carol song or something? Jingle Battle. What the world?
Just wait.
Yeah. I don't want to wait. I want to fight.
And in the
No,
meantime, I'm just
fine.
gonna do.
It's the same thing. Initiative the top and the middle.
Oh my god!
Top. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I can't believe this is something Saya would do if he ran a campaign, Tay. I hope you know that. Ominous Jingle Bells Battle Remix.
Ho ho ho.
Ho ho
Right.
ho,
This
bitches!
is like final boss levels of epic.
All right. So all of these will take a D4 from picking. So I'm just gonna go with this and so 1, 1, and 2.
Already been heard before anyone even got there.
Then, Estrella, you start.
Yes. Let me thonk. First of all, this music is a bop. I cannot concentrate. Wait, I need to make this a little quieter.
Oh, whoops. I did not mean
That's
to
your
do that.
turn. But it's
I
okay.
know, I was trying
okay.
to look at it and I don't know how to.
That's all right. Click the little eye on the right.
Aye,
and it
okay,
should,
yeah.
Let's
show you the
use
thing.
this. Okay, this
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
the
cantrips
intersection.
don't give you like a confirmation for casting.
I'm going to place my hunter's
Yeah.
mark
Alright, on who?
On the one that is chasing the
Alright.
kids and the halfling lady.
Hunter's mark, yep.
And then I am going to just attack it with my bow from where I stand.
Okay. Give me the attack roll.
Yes, where is it? There it is.
That's a nice bonus, by the way, right?
Plus 12. What? Oh, 4
Yeah.
proficiency, 4 mod, 3 dex, 1 magic.
Let me just read sharpshooter again.
I think it's -5 plus 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that is
no, I-
before. Oh, that
Are
is
you sure?
before the
That's
attack roll,
possible,
yeah.
that's what- sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hit, and I assume that it's already on, but...
I don't know if it is on.
I mean, I
I
assume
don't even know how
was
to make it
on.
on. Okay.
You just say so when you attack, but I assume that it's the default.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Give me the damage.
Okay.
So 10 plus 10, so that's 20 damage. Plus the Hunter's Mark damage, if you want to roll that.
Wait, I need to find it in spells. Eh.
6. This song kind of... everyone else, next up then, everyone else who is just arriving, you only have a bonus action, you don't have a full action, you only have bonus action and movement. The first round.
Okay.
So when...
Uh,
Also, did everyone else get 13?
yeah, I think everybody got hurt.
Cornelius had 8.
Except for Cornelius, yeah.
You got 8.
Ironically, the most dexterous, I think.
The Gorg gang.
I'm biding my time.
Of course, as you should.
Alright.
Yeah, I can do that.
Get back. So.
So I'm gonna go down. There's some loose pebbles.
Maybe. I'd say sure. There's loose pebbles.
Alright. I'm going to pick up a loose pebble and do magic stone.
Okay. Is that
It's bonus action.
what time is it?
Yeah, bonus action.
All right. Yep. Okay, you pick up one pebble or
I'll pick up 2.
okay. Okay. Movement then.
No, that's not. Just trying to figure out how to do distance. Don't know how far away I am.
It's 5 feet per square.
Okay. I think I might actually keep my dis. Uh, I'll move like a little bit closer, actually. I think like about
Okay.
here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna move my full distance, but
All right.
a bit
Candace.
closer and I keep range.
Candace.
It's item interactions during my blade.
You already equip it as the battle starts. Countess.
Okay, so then as the battle starts, then I take my hand off of Cornelius' shoulder and just. Alright then, this is how it's gonna be. I'm bloody. Just sort of pulls out a spell book. And it floats in front of her as she sort of pulls her hands apart to open it. And then pulls her hands, slams her palms together, spins them round, and draws her right hand slowly up, and a blade of ice emerges from the spellbook. She grabs it by the handle, sort of pulls it out. The spellbook closes and just right then. And she points the sword at this one here, and will cast Ray of Frost.
All right.
Does a 13 hit?
Hit, yes.
That is 6 damage.
Yes.
And 10 feet speed reduction.
Yes.
For anyone else, I have bonus action cantrips from my class.
Yep. Holly.
Yes. So let's see. She will move a little closer. I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 7. Let's say there. So I move over there, and I will then bonus action. We say. Da, da, da. Yes. So she will say, "Hey ho! We dig, and give let's see, Estrella a bardic inspiration,
All right.
and there also suddenly appears a small sprig of holly that starts to orbit Estrella
Okay.
for my motive potential.
All right.
So it orbits within 5 feet of her.
Yes. Then this Thug is gonna just confused at this, but still he's going to walk up and do a hit. Not advantage, no, but that will have to do.
Wouldn't hit either way. AC is 15.
Yeah. He's then going to extra attack, do it again. Nope.
Nope. You just see Estrella dancing around that maze.
Yeah. Okay. Cornelius.
Yes. Just gonna see about walking probably somewhere around here. Let's
Hmm.
see. Probably over here.
Yep.
And then. I would like to see about doing like a perception check to see if I notice anything in particular with these ragtags.
Sure.
Okay, there we go.
They seem to just be kind of normal thugs that do barely legal activities.
Okay. Is that my action, or can I follow up with something else?
I will count it as being technically your action, but depending on what you have in mind.
I am thinking about using Tipsy Sway.
I would count it as not really then.
Okay.
You remember that you have to do any of those to be able to use it. Like
Okay.
if, for example, you're not prone right now. No one has missed you, etc.
Could I go prone now?
Just
Lays on
delay
the
or
ground.
I'll
something.
just lay on the ground.
Sure. Everyone notices as Cornelius kind of looks carefully, and then just goes and falls backwards.
Nice.
Cornelius is
Good
now
save.
lying on the ground.
Yeah.
You just turned it.
Okay, next person then. This person who has been shot, he's going to want to go over here and attack.
Hi.
Indeed.
The ranger being surrounded. That misses.
And the second one, yep,
Also miss.
good. Great. Okay. The third gang member, though, seeing that
God.
you're very evasive, gonna see the spectacle and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attack Cornelius.
Who is prone?
Yes,
And that's advantage.
yes. Does a 13 hit? Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
Your armor class at the top.
Alright, in that case, you take 1d6 plus 2. Well, you take 3 damage.
Okay.
And then attack again. That's also a hit then. This time you take 5 damage.
Okay. So that's 8 damage in total.
Yes.
Yes.
Do I put? Let me see. Where do I put that in?
Your hit point maximum just go down. To,
Okay.
Yeah, just
take it away.
Okay. It's a little bit
Do
high.
maths.
Yeah, it's just that you
Math.
click on yourself and you edit a bubble that says 43 right now. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, I see. 43 is the lowest HP.
Yep, there. That's indeed at least a 60-point difference.
Yeah.
103 on your end, I guess.
No.
I said at
least.
least a 60 point.
Yeah, I know you said at least, but I feel like you would have stood at least a 70-point difference if it was 113 or more. So therefore, logically, it's between 103 and 113. Am I correct?
Yes,
It might be,
there we go.
Okay, I'll take that.
fixed it.
but who knows?
All
And
right,
you do.
and then lastly, because there is such an advantage right now, action search.
Up! Silvery
Oh.
barbs. Piss off.
Okay.
Canis just
Cast a spell.
strums a note on her shamisen that's very discordant and will throw off his attack.
All right, give me the spell cast.
It's just you just need to re-roll.
Yeah, I know, but just it's there. And then re-rolling. 18 is still a hit.
18.
who
Yeah,
do
but
you
it's
give
not a crit
advantage to
anymore.
Also?
At least.
Me.
Gotcha. Also, 6 plus 2 damage.
That's another 8.
Alright, let me just see. I don't know if it changes. It does change
it
in the
does.
ball thing. Okay.
It changes.
You do.
Ah, yeah. Do you also have that your own health bar doesn't change?
Yes, I'm just refreshing.
I
the
had that
page.
last time as well, but I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's a weird bug.
Alright.
Things happen.
Yeah.
Well,
It's yeah.
going up to the top of the order again. Astrea.
Yes, sir.
You have a bardic inspiration die,
Yes.
and a sprig of holly orbiting you.
Yes. Which Astrea is very confused by, so she's just like, huh, okay, this is here now, I guess. Let me see. So this person still has... Let me just quickly check this stuff. Ooh, let me check this real quick. Oh no. Oh no. I want to cast Reduce
Okay.
on this one.
Okay. Give the spell cast. Spell DC of 16. What stat is it on?
I don't know.
Constitution. Okay, so you're reducing then.
Making it tiny.
Okay, Constitution. They
Shit.
save.
Ah, goddammit. Though I could technically Silvery Barbs that.
Good.
I will do that, yeah.
Any of us could, I think.
Silvery Barbs!
I don't think all of you have silvery barbs, no.
No.
Probably not, but you know, we're all bards, so it's very possible.
Fail this time. So, alright, yeah, reduced.
Yes, good. I'm trying to see if I have any bonus actions. I don't think I do. Yeah, my only bonus action is my Hunter's Mark, so...
Hmm.
You also forgot Garm, by the way.
Garm is here, yeah.
Where?
It's like, let me just pull him out the token for him then, but he is in theory here, yes.
Oh. Since he is also like acting during my turn usually.
Yeah. There.
All right. Yeah, Astrea would just wave to him to come closer to her.
All right, how much movement speed does he have?
Primal Companion, let's see. I would assume around the same, but no, this is if I do that.
Choose a state under Beast of the Land.
Oh, does it state there? Wait. I don't even know where its stat block is, so you're gonna have to check that.
See, Beastmaster. Land 40. So you can move eight tiles. One,
Okay, let's
2,
see.
3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Up to there.
Nice, good. And that's my turn.
Yes, alright. Win.
I was going to see about throwing the stones at the.
Alright, give me a spell attack. So roll a d20 and add your spell save, or not spell save, your spell attack mod. Should be +6, yeah. So d20 +6.
Yeah.
Slash roll. You type /R and then backspace and then
Do that, but without the dot.
Okay.
that is a hit. Who are you throwing at?
I was considered a one attacking.
Okay. How much damage?
I think Cornelius. Hit takes 1d6 plus spellcasting.
If it's a
Okay.
spell, you can probably just click it, no?
D6 plus spell then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So roll a d6 +6. 8 damage. Okay. Your bonus action?
I believe I get 2 attacks. I was going to attack throwing the other one.
No, because that's a spell. That's not proccing extra attack. Extra attack is
Okay.
only if you take the attack action.
Isn't by cast spell last turn? This is just a ranged spell attack.
Yes, but it's not the attack action, it's the throw action.
Okay. Got it.
So you have your bonus action and your movement left. Hmm?
I can do what I can do. Do-do-do-do. I'm probably going to shift.
Hmm?
So
What?
you'll see shift. This is as a
Okay.
bonus action.
All right. Post it in the thingy. Just press the speech bubble.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So you'll see my armor, and then I'll get 2 fox ears and a very floofy foxtail pooping out the back.
Nice. Stuff.
Okay, so 1 minute. Candice?
So I realized I should have moved last turn, but I didn't. So I'm gonna go here for now. 25. And then I will do another ray of frost. I'm targeting the one down here.
Okay. Is a hit?
Yep, and that's 6 cold damage and movement reduced by 10 feet, if that matters.
Alright.
And then I'm targeting the low health one up here
Hmm?
with the same attack
Yes.
for my other thing. Does the 13 hit?
Yes.
That's 9 cold damage.
How do you want to do this?
I'm just going. So I'm going to slash my blade towards the one further south, and send out, and sort of the ray of frost sort of builds in a blade and sort of flies out like a
Yep.
like a beam, and then I use the momentum for that spin to spin around on the spot myself, like I'm almost as a dance move, and then do a secondary slash towards the other person, aiming for their left leg.
Okay, there. And they are out of combat.
Yes, so they should be prone, but their left leg should be frozen vertically.
Yes.
So they'll just be in a very awkward position.
Yes. Alright, Holly.
Yes. So to check then. So if I were to throw one of my weapons, that would not count for an extra attack then.
Not unless you have a action that essentially counts as an attack action. I don't think you have a special throw, do you?
Not more than the fact that I can throw anything.
Okay, yeah, because for example, Berserker has a special throw.
Okay, yeah. I see, yeah. Well, I don't. So, what I'll do then is... well, first of all, as a bonus action, I will enter Rage.
Alright.
Barbarian.
Yes. And... Let's see then. Yes. So, guess well. So, for the extra attack, can I potentially target 2 people, or does it have to be on the same target?
No, it can be different. It's just a different. It just has to be the attack action or as an equivalent.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, then, I will move up to this one first. So that's 2 spaces, and I will also decide to go for a reckless attack.
Okay.
Which, thanks to my reckless abandon, gives me 4 temporary hit points.
All right.
And so then right, it's that I attack with the advantage. Yes. So I will switch to advantage and attack. Why not? I'll grab my battle axe in 2 hands.
All right. Yep. Roll damage.
Yes.
All right. How do you want to do this?
So, I guess from this vantage point, well, since if he attack Cornelius, he should then have his back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll just hit him in the back.
All right. To kill or?
Well, I would say that she's not really intending either to spare him or to kill. She just attacks, doesn't think about it, so whatever happens.
Okay.
It's fine, they'll
Okay.
be rolling death saves anyway.
And she then continues up to this person and attacks.
All right.
Also a hit.
Yes. All right.
Yep. And that was
Okay.
both action and bonus action, so I'm done.
All right. Enemy turns. This one, he rallies up and runs away since no one is threatening opportunity attack.
Which one, sorry?
The one that
The
was
one
just
that,
down.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
This one, on the other hand, seeing his situation, is going to is an 18 enough to hit on Holly?
Oh yes.
Four damage.
Yeah. Take that on the temporary hit points.
And then the second attack.
Yep. Oh wait, was it +2 to their attacks, or was it just a d6? It was +2, right?
D6 plus 2, yes.
Okay, so the first took out the temporary hit points then.
Yeah, and
And
then
then I
more
take
damage.
3 damage. Yep. 3 damage.
Yep. Cornelius, you're around.
Okay.
After being knocked prone by himself, laying on the floor this entire fucking round.
And then smacking the mace 3 times.
Perfectly fine. If I were to get up, could I do any sort of like, I don't know, like any role like for skills?
It will cost you half your movement to get up.
Okay.
That is.
Okay, yeah, I'll use the. Let me just see if I can just put that there. Tipsy sway. I think I do. There. Get up and walk as close as I can, and I want to do like I want to do an intimidation roll on him to try to get him to leave, essentially.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll do intimidation.
He fails and tries to run away. Do either of the other two want to take attacks of opportunity?
Yup.
Yes.
I assume it's just with my bow.
For you, it would be. Let me just
Because
check.
I don't have like the only melee thing I have is cat's claws.
Yeah. I think that would be it though, because you can't take attacks of opportunity with ranged weapons. So.
Okay, fair enough. Then I need to use cat's claws, yeah, which is a 1d6
Strength
plus my
attack.
strength.
Yeah.
So 1d6
This
plus
is-
3.
Yeah, and then 1d20 plus 3 first for the hit rate.
Alright, let me do the wait, just 1d20 you said?
1d20 plus 3.
1d20 plus 3. I think.
Yep. That is a hit, so yes, 1d6 plus 3 damage.
Okay. 6 plus 3.
Okay. And Holly, do you want to take an attack opportunity as well then?
Yes. So do I still have advantage on this?
You still in reckless, yes.
Yeah. Okay. It is this round, so yeah, I guess. Well,
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Well, the back is last time.
Okay. He falls to the floor lifeless. And going back. What do you do now?
Really didn't start a problem on this day.
You came just in time, I gotta say that. And she then goes to pet Garm, as he did a good job.
And Kenneth holds her hand up and her raven flies down.
I kind of just shrug off all the booze and like, I think that went pretty well.
Suppose so.
The halfling kind of. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I would have probably no. I would have run away if I could, but you know I have to make sure my son here comes out of it as well. Neither of you would happen to have a stick you can use as a crutch.
A stick, a stick.
Would the what's it called the shawl be big enough to use as a stick?
It would be too big.
Too big. Okay. Could I like cut it down to perfect size?
You can probably ask someone.
I turn to Holly and go, "Oh, see what you can do with this," and I give the charm to Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, maybe the. No, that's. Yeah. Mason's tools wouldn't help, so I guess I'll use a hand axe.
Okay. Give
I
me
I have wood carving tool. Right?
this would be carpenter because you're working with processed wood.
What should I give you?
Give me a d20 and unless you
Pray.
have proficiency in carpenter, then just d20.
Oh. Okay, just a d20. Yes, absolutely.
While all
Beautiful.
of this is going on, Astrea will basically just tell Garm to like get roughly on the same level as the child, so it can like lean on Garm
Yeah.
for now.
All right.
Well,
You keep going. You keep going. No, like no, too big. Keep going. No, not too big. Too. And then suddenly, no, too small.
No. Hang on. Let me check something. Which cantrips did I take? Okay, I didn't take mending.
I'll just take that thing out of my inventory then.
Well, that happened.
The little grunt kind of goes as he's leaning on the wall. Kind of, it's fine, mother. I can walk myself. And he kind of takes some very shivery steps.
Let me
just a
check
question:
the-
would a hand axe be too small,
No, probably not.
or a light
Maybe
hammer?
too heavy.
Which would be good?
They would both be good size, but too heavy.
Question: is this a
What?
condition
So
for the
if-
purposes of? You go ahead. Sorry, your stuff. I'll do it after.
Could I separate the so for a light hammer? Could I like take away the hammer part and just give the stick part?
Yeah, you could do that.
Yep, I'll do that.
All right.
Oh god.
I'll mark
You
off one
dismount
light
the,
hammer.
the head of the hammer,
Yep.
and as for to answer the question, you would need something like greater restoration for this.
Okay, not lesser. That's fine. Yeah, I took lesser on Bard.
Yes, this is more than just a paralyze.
Okay.
Thank you, good ma'am. Bless you, this Folkrest. Bless us all. And then walks off.
You too. And remember the name of King Baldric Greystone of Stonehammer.
I will. And the halfling woman kind of goes, "Oh, thank you so much. If only we could do more for little Lawrence, but we don't have any money."
It's at this point that Candace realizes something, and when we were watching Ebenbreeze earlier, did he seem to have like? Was it obvious where he kept his money when we were watching him?
No.
Okay.
As she says that, Astrea will hand her 2 gold pieces. It's not much, but this should at least help a little bit.
2 gold pieces? I couldn't take that much.
Please do.
That,
It's the least I can do.
that's more money than we've had for 2 years. Collectively.
Well, then that's good. I won't miss it, I promise.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure my husband will be very pleased as well. Happy Folkrest.
I cannot go to grab the whatever's left the Schwan thing, and kind of hand it over to him and say, maybe this will keep you warm for this Folkrest.
For God's sake.
Just some wood.
It's the thought that counts.
As this is ridiculous.
Well, you see, it not really enough, but don't worry, we're just pulling firewood from the walls instead.
The
I
walls?
insist.
Yes, they don't really do much difference if we have them or not.
Well, it's better than nothing.
She
It's
kind
at
of
this
weirdly
point in the
takes it.
talk-
And then
It's just-
follows her sons.
What were you saying?
Yeah, so it's at this point that Holly remembers, oh, the chair!
Oh yes.
And she runs off.
So she starts running off. As suddenly you are greeted, or rather you spot on your way that it's getting towards late. But as you head off, you spot the man from before. Oh, slow down there, would ya? Dangerous to run around in these conditions. Oh, streets all slippery.
Well, thank you for the concern.
Well, why the hurry?
Oh, I was looking to find someplace I could make a chair.
Why would you make a chair? You don't really look like a pauper.
Oh, no. I was just hoping to make one for the Falswig. They needed an extra chair to the party.
Mr. Forswig? Since when have they ever needed chairs this late? He would have been preparing this party for a year.
Oh yes. But we were trying to convince them to extend an extra invitation.
Extra invitation? Who in this city doesn't already have their invitation to Forswig's party if they are of any sort of inclination to enjoy Folkrest?
Oh, that would be Mr. Ebonbreeze, I think.
He kind of does a double take. Mr. Ebonbreeze?
Oh, yes,
You mean Scott Ebonbreeze?
indeed.
That's the funniest one I've heard in years! Miss Scott Ebonbreeze, my uncle, at a Forswig's party, out of his free will? Oh God, I have to tell that one to my wife tomorrow.
Oh, please do. I hope she will be as happy as you.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Scott Forswig, he wouldn't go to that party, even if you so gave him money for it.
Oh. Well, we will hopefully convince him.
I don't think that's possible. I asked him when to pass his office. Apparently, he is, he was asked by his employees if they could get tomorrow off. I think you know the answer.
Can I roll insight?
Yes.
Oh, shouldn't roll it to advantage, so the first one.
Even with that level of insight, you are aware that globally across the entire world, Folkrest Day is a free, like a day of rest.
Well, I assume that went without problems.
Oh, but I didn't. He told them that if they were as much as a single minute late tomorrow, he'll dock the pay for a year.
Oh. Well, that might be a bit severe.
For my uncle, that's mild.
I see.
My uncle has no idea about how other people celebrate Folkrest. He's not had in years. If anything, he's not even spoken to people on Folkrest outside of his employees. Not since that woman left.
I see. Well, I'll still see what I can do.
I wish you good luck. Well, I think you have better luck trying to squeeze blood out of the cobble.
Oh, well, I suppose I might try that as well. Well,
I was wondering if you were going to.
You're a way one, but you brought me out a good laugh.
well, that's what matters.
He then scampers off. What do the rest of the group do?
That woman.
I assume this happened outside of our earshot.
No,
so-
it's literally just a few steps away.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that woman is the reason why he changed so drastically.
She moved down the southern half of the continent. We're not going to be able to grab her in a day.
Nope. But if we know what she looks like,
The spell I've picked up yet is going to be able to. pull
minor
off here.
illusion.
Well, minor maybe, or the sky itself, but don't believe I have either of those. She looks for a spellbook. Yep, not at all.
Well, I have minor illusion.
As do I.
So
Could work.
We just really need to know what she looks and maybe sounds like. But how would we do that?
Well, there's plenty of things we could try, otherwise. If you know where he keeps his money, we can just take all of that and give it to people who need it. Not that it would redeem him anyway, of course, but
Yeah, that wouldn't really do what we were tasked to do.
well, not at all. I just feel like it would be better to give them to use to people who are burning their walls for warmth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Rather
I'm
than-
on that with you, but we should probably try some other things first.
Oh, definitely.
I have one idea,
Oh,
but I am not certain that it will have to divert the original goal.
what's
But-
your thoughts?
Well, I do happen to have a particular skill that could come in use. As I say so, I use my shape-shifting ability to change my appearance to a little friend that we need to help.
Oh,
Okay.
that would certainly help.
Either I could use this for. We could either use something with this to help the quest at hand, or another solution is I could always personate our little grumpy fellow and take the role for a day to really help the town.
I suppose. Actually, I see how we could use this to our benefit. Rather than trying to convince other people that you're him and redeeming him in their eyes, but leaving him by himself, perhaps convince yourself that you're him from perhaps the past or the future, and try and show the error of his ways through that.
You know, that could quite possibly work due to other sets of skills I have acquired over the years.
It's worth a shot.
What say y'all?
I mean, it might be worth a try.
Right. If we're going to do this, we're gonna have to make sure to make it seem as real as possible for him. Otherwise, he won't buy it.
Of course. I do have a spell that makes him invisible for an hour. As long as I don't attack anything or cast any spells, I'd be able to probably make that work to some extent.
Yes.
You suddenly feel a chilly breeze that then turns warm. As the elf from before stands before you. So, the evening is coming to an end soon. Are you prepared?
Almost.
From what I
Is
understood-
Holly still
You-
around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was out of read.
Yeah, I'm
you
pretty
got
sure
caught
she
up-
ran.
You got caught up in this conversation.
No chair for Holly.
No chairs.
So I'm sure we can get a chair sorted in time. That's why I was asking. But yeah, go ahead.
It would seem that you are discussing showing Mr. Abambreeze his past. Am I correct?
Past, future, something to convince him that the ways he's currently set in are
Well.
wrong.
How perhaps show him the past that his greedy ways has caused what he's lost since then. Perhaps also what his greed has caused in the present day, what he's missing out on. And, well, assuming my prediction is right and that he might pass before the next Folkrest, perhaps show him what would happen here, or rather, how little people would care if he passed.
I can just assume the people actually being happy about it.
I believe you might be right in that. Well, I believe then that we've come to a similar conclusion, as this is why I believe you five would be the most suitable, since you are all capable of different means of, shall we say, artistry. Well then, I have, as I said before, prepared a warning for him. Once the clock strikes 1 tonight, it's up to the 5 of you to show him these, shall we call them, scenes. Who knows? If it's interesting enough, I might write a book about it. I wish you luck, and have a happy Folkrest. And the elf kind of vanishes again. Any last prep you want to do before the night begins?
So, yeah, I guess to make a full new disguise, I would need a long rest, and we don't have enough time for that.
No, you have. I've counted it so that
Okay.
if 4 people use Song of Rest, a short rest turns into a long rest.
Ah. In that case, Holly would say, well, I might be able to make one of the disguises we need. Although I suppose it should probably not be me who wears it.
That sounds useful. Let me see my spell list quickly. Yeah, I don't have any disguising
I only have minor illusion.
spells. All that. I don't even
You
have
can
that.
draw replicas though.
Yeah. You can draw it because I do have Find Familiar, and I'm keeping the Raven. I have. Ooh, that's an interesting one.
I also have silence, but that's not gonna do much.
I mean, I have Fireball.
Amazing.
Burn them.
If all else fails.
I have Dispel Magic, so I could just fuck us all over.
I also have Dispel Magic, yeah.
I
They're not-
can, I believe, make a spell refueling ring.
I have Bestow Curse, but
Maybe
we don't want to
spell
curse
pop.
him.
I mean, if one of us had Gaius, this entire thing would have just been resolved instantly. I was considering
a
taking it, but I felt like redeeming someone by forcing them to take a path of action or take a bunch of psychic damage was not the right way to go about it.
Why not?
Gaius feels a bit like cheating in this situation. It just feels like cheating.
It is.
No, it's not in the spirit of Ghost of
Rest.
Christmas gaslighting.
I was gonna say I have the whole shape changing ability, but I also have in spells I have what does I have? Invisibility and detect thoughts. So I
Nice.
wonder if those two can come in help. I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you
Are they
wanna
both
bring up-
concentration?
Double check.
Detect Thoughts is a concentration, yes.
Tech thought
Yes.
concentration, I know.
Well,
I
if
know
I'm-
invisibility is.
Yeah. So let me just double check. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go.
And there you go.
So that's concentration.
Yes,
yeah?
concentration.
Yeah. In that case, I mean, if you're going to be the disguised person, then you probably want to not be invisible anyway. So you'd be able to concentrate on detect thoughts to know how you
Yes.
understand the conversation.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
especially if we're going to bring up his past, I can easily just
Yes.
say something and just read his mind.
So that
Yeah.
means that in theory, you and like maybe one other person can essentially create a vision of the past, perhaps.
That's pyrotechnic. So if there's candles,
If
I can
Well,
make
with minor
fireworks.
illusion, but I, for example, wouldn't know what
Fireworks.
that woman looks like.
But if
We
I
just-
mean, unless I can bring up her, and when he starts thinking, I'll just
Ah,
yes.
that works.
Yeah.
Take
Big
it
brain.
from his head, yeah.
That could work, yeah. But we might need 2 minor illusions then, though. One for the voice and one for the
I
appearance.
I
So,
do have minor illusion, so
That would help, yeah.
So yeah, I also like so if he's sleeping, I can use sudden awakening. So I wake up at the beginning of things. And we can also get in his room because I have knock.
I also have Nog.
I can lock the
Nice.
room. I have arcane lock.
Sounds good.
Uh,
It
So,
seems, it
not
seems that we
arcane.
it seems that we all get up for a heist rather than a Christmas miracle.
I want. I
it
was, I
sounds
was,
like it.
I was
I
just
can.
gonna.
Well,
Yeah,
think of it this way then. Which single or two-person people can do the other two, respectively?
Yeah, so I
Fu-
can
the
make
future and the
a
present vision.
disguise for one of those. But again, probably not a good idea to have Holly
Someone
wear it.
who... You would need someone who can show, like, what he's missing out on, like the joys of Folkrest.
Yeah, minor
And-
illusion. I could do that at least.
And you need someone who can show him the grim future that awaits him.
I can also do that with minor illusion.
I want to also point
Yes.
out that I also have telepathic. So if once I know what's on his mind, I can just convey it telepathically to everyone.
Nice.
And I do also have polymorph if he wants to turn him into a worm and make him just walk around with him to show him what all the happiness that he's missing out on. If you want to do like a live play of it.
Just turn into a
And-
camera, just
yeah.
fucking filming
God.
this entire thing.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, wouldn't the walking ink creatures essentially be like a black and white movie for something?
That would
like a
work.
grim
Yeah, the ink
future?
creatures
Yeah.
could tell a story.
Like, you could literally draw like a Grim Reaper or something.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I-
I can
oh,
do
I
that, yeah,
actually-
but I need a very big canvas for that,
Yeah.
which I have. I have a lot of canvases.
I am just hoping that none of my persuasion or what intimidation or whatever I need to use fails, because I'm really high on all of those
Ah,
curses.
you see what you do is that you roll. You make you silvery barbs. His
Oh,
his saving throws, and then you
Actually-
get advantage on your checks.
actually, I completely forgot. I also have lucky, so I could use also that.
Or
Ah, yeah, that's fine.
I-
Lucky will fix everything. Then you're fine.
I also have a Flash of Genius, which allows me to add my intelligence modifier to the roll
That's good.
for an ability check, but I have to be within 30 feet and I can see him, so...
I'd love if he's just like, wait, you're not real, and I go, yes, I am. He believes.
Just gaslight
He
him.
rolls perception. He
I need
he
to-
sees perception. You're not real. Silvery barbs. Yes, I am.
I need to gaslight the fuck out of this guy as much as I can.
God. Okay, but are you doing the paladin yourself, or are you taking someone with you?
I can make a Grim Reaper with my little creatures,
Yeah,
with my
so
walking
that's-
ink.
That would be
you
a
could-
best
you could-
future.
Yeah, you could probably
Yeah,
do
that's-
the all of
that's for the
future
future.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna do future, probably.
So I'm happy to do like present, for example. Like, if we do past and then future, and then we can like show him what he's missing out on afterwards.
I feel like I can do the past because I can just read his thoughts and I can just ask him these things and immediately just get the
Yeah.
info and convey it
That
to
works
him.
for you.
So we have
And
the-
Mindstorm,
the-
you've also got minor vision.
So you have the beginning and the end. You just need the middle part and
Yeah, the future section.
no, the present day
Present.
section.
Yeah, I was saying I can just polymorph him. And we do past to show him what it was like and whatever else, and also to get information from his thoughts. And then future to tell him what he's missing, to show how little people care about him. And then present, we can disguise him as a creature, and then he can see everything he's missed out on.
You probably want to show him that before the future.
Oh, probably. That's true.
And if all things
Okay,
fail,
fine, we do
we
that
can just
fourth
burn
then,
him
maybe,
down.
We just fireball him.
Yeah, if all things fell, I have fireball.
It's just a
Um,
tragedy. Also, his last will was to donate everything he has to everyone.
I
No
can
worries.
also just hold a person on him and then you just hit him in the face with the fireball.
So
It's
yeah.
fine.
So then, who is going where?
Well, I'm obviously in the
Yeah.
future.
You like Estrella and Cornelius are kind of they are in their fortes already. But you'd want someone probably quite jolly and can like see the good in everything in the middle.
Oh, Holly then. Perhaps.
Okay. So the remaining two then, where are you going? Since you can kind of assist that wherever you see fit.
Yeah. Where do you want to go, Marston?
Not sure. From banks, like definitely, I could be useful for helping, because I have things that can help boost the rolls, so maybe path, but
I think my roll should be fine. I have pretty good stats on them. I just jinxed it. I know it. I just jinxed it.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the thing. Spoocy has lucky.
So if anything fails, I
So
can
it's
just
probably and you've got
I have
that.
silvery
That's
barbs.
3 rerolls. And if you've got silvery barbs as well, then yeah, you'll definitely be fine. I think if you go future Mindstorm, then you'd be able to assist with any rolls that fell on that end.
yes, and I also have a lot of intimidation and minor illusion, so worst
Yeah.
case
I don't
I can
think-
also
I
play
don't think we
Grim
want to
Reaper.
intimidate him.
When we
I
do want to
mean,
intimidate, that's very much the point.
That's
Well,
the point of the
true,
future.
yeah. The Grim Reaper, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably
Let's see
want
why you
to
want to
go in
do
the
a
order
charisma
of as far from this order, like awaken his sense of longing for the stuff he has missed, show him the present, like both the joy he's missing out on, but also maybe the consequences of his actions, and then in the future, the reactions. The
I
aftermath.
also have
Yeah, so
mirror
I'm probably
image, so
gonna
I
be with my walking ink. I'm probably gonna make 1 Grim Reaper and then have like 3 Black Ravens, as they are,
Yeah.
you know, known
Yeah.
for death.
Yeah.
And I will
What was that
have
about,
Garm.
You
walk
said mirror
as
image
well.
as well, I think.
Yeah, I
yes,
heard that
I
as well.
have mirror image, yes.
Nice.
So
Candace?
Yeah.
if you need like 4 or 5 Grim Reapers, I got you.
Oh,
We can just
that
around
would that would work. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bearing in mind what we've been told about the fact that what is it? About how someone worse will probably move in afterwards. We can always try and add that onto the future part.
Yeah.
As for where I would go, if I have to be one of the 3, I can. I mean, I have mislead, so I can be in 2 places at once, and invisible in 1 place. So that would help with like just set dressing and stuff. Other than that, most of what I have is. Oh, I have Zone of Truth. I forgot about that. Who wants Zone of Truth?
I'm just double checking what else I had here because I don't know if any of these 2 will come into use, but blindness and deafness and Crown of Madness. I don't know if any of those will help.
I don't think we should use Crown of Madness.
Maybe at the end. Maybe at the very end.
Oh,
I could also maybe use silence to like silence the area around him, so it just sounds like there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Just how
yeah.
death probably would be.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, use that.
Terrifying.
Combined with blindness and. Oof.
Yeah, but you're in the past.
I mean, you
Okay.
can just like hide around the corner and just cast blindness on him later.
It should be like.
Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I have Earth Tremor, so I can really make
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. I could Zone of Truth. I could also just be like the set dresser, like in terms of I guess I don't want to say the playwright because that has specific connotation in his campaigns, but I guess the storyteller almost.
All right. So the
Could
evening
work.
begins. And you're
The
all
question, like,
prepared.
would anyone need a disguise? Particular.
How specific of a disguise are we
Well,
talking?
I can make one by my disguise kit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically anything. Create a disguise.
I mean, depends what everyone else wants.
I already have one of those disguise kits, so I could use mine. Worst case.
Oh god. Oh, we've
You're
got
like-
two people who can do them.
You can shape change.
That and disguise.
Yeah, that's
See,
it.
Perfect.
So what you can do is you can shape change to earth and disguise as yourself.
Yes.
All right. Well,
So yeah, I think we're doing a short, like 4 short rests, well, 4 songs of rest rather beforehand, so we can like redo our.
you can, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
I will. I don't think he's going to be doing anything, so I will get rid of counterspell.
Hmm.
Let's do.
Oh, I have command technically. Well, I don't need Hunter's Mark anymore.
Oh
right
God.
now. Yeah, I'm gonna take command. That is gonna do a lot.
I will. Before our short rest,
Yeah.
I would like to cast divination.
Okay.
Um, which I have the materials for.
Hmm.
So I can get rid of those. And I'm going to ask the student question regarding a specific goal, event, or activity within the next 7 days, and you must offer a truthful reply.
Hmm.
Although it doesn't have to be coherent.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I will. So before we short rest, I will form divination, and then I will talk to. In this case, I guess for me it would be Morgan, and ask if we follow the plan that we've created in order to help Ebonbreeze, will we succeed in what we set out to do?
You are 2 for 3 on correctness between execution, methods, and means.
Interesting response. I relate this to the group.
Hmm.
Execution methods and means. So that in that case, that would be I guess how we're doing it, like what we're doing, like how we're talking to him for execution. Method, sort of what we're doing, and then means is just how, like the tools we've got.
Hmm. As you finish this, then turns to night. You are all kind of waiting outside the home of Scott Ebonbreeze. You can see that inside you see a candlelight just about moving. Seems that he doesn't want to light any lamps. Suddenly from inside, you can just about see through a window what's going on inside. He is sat down in a couch. Suddenly, a cold draft blows open the windows. You hear the clanging of chains. Those of you more attuned to the magical and spiritual realms feel a chill down your spines. As suddenly, two gnome-height apparitions appear in the room of Scott Ebbenbreeze. He seems confused, somewhat scared. As he asks, what is this about? What is this about? Who are you? The two apparitions begin to become more clear to see. They are the visions of two gnomes, hands and feet bound in shackles, heavy chains. Their attire, while they seem to have been quite well dressed, is slightly haggard. Their voices echoing, yet quiet, but still resounding to the point where you can clearly hear what they say as they respond to the question of, who are you?
Scott, our old friend, have you truly forgotten your partners in evil deeds? Painted black our hearts are. By our dark deeds we've been shackled, captive and bound, exhausted by the weight of our greed.
Scott panicked. But neither you nor I were ever unfeeling towards our fellow men. The ghost responds.
Like us, your mind is clouded by avarice. You're doomed, Scott, doomed for all times. Your future is a horror story written by your crimes.
Scott's visibly stricken, worried, at the same time skeptical but undeniable what he is seeing. The apparitions, one last time, speak up in pained expressions.
These chains were forged during our lives by our acts of greed. Chains like these you're bound by, self-made. To break them asunder, spirits of Folkrest will give you aid. They will visit your night, the help you need.
The chains tighten as the apparitions are dragged below and fade out, leaving only snow. Scott seems shaken by this. Seems to be quite a vulnerable state right now. What do you do?
Suppose we should show him the error of his ways.
Yep.
All right then. Begin. Well,
I goes to Christmas past first, unless I should introduce the whole thing to him, I guess.
well, you decide. You're in the first group.
Okay. Can I ask for a disguise thing to be done, like retconned in?
Sure.
Yeah. What do you want?
So just rather than my current appearance, if we can sort of dye my hair a sort of unhealthy black, and make it so my eyes seem sort of sallow and sunken a little bit, have sort of not quite ghostly, but certainly perhaps not something that would be considered living at first glance, especially in dark light like this.
Yeah. Holly does that for you.
All right. Yeah. So as they sink beneath the floor, I just sort of whisper to the others. All right. I'll give you the signal when we're ready then. And I cast mislead.
Okay.
To everyone else, I appear to simply stand in place. However, what's actually happened is I've become invisible, and now there's an illusory double where I'm standing. So, I quickly make my way invisible through his house into to the door of his room, while invisible, and I will knock. Just very sort of like that.
Who's there?
Come closer and find out.
He slowly approaches. Who are you?
I was sent here to help you break those chains that you were just told about.
A humbug. Speak comfort to me.
As he goes to open the door, I will direct my double to enter through the window. Not that he would see it yet. And as he speaks, he sees nothing in front of him. Sort of just hears the voice of. First, you must be shown the error of your ways in the past. If you would please turn around.
He
Yeah,
seems
he just
startled.
sees the disguised visage standing there.
Yeah.
He kind of sort of bows to him. I will be your host for this event. By all means, take a seat. Still speaking from behind him, of course.
He reluctantly sits down in his chair.
Now then, let us look back on where we have been. And that's the signal for the first group then.
So Cornelius.
Yes. I will I proceed to take the form of a younger version of Ska.
Well,
And do you enter through the window or do you walk through the house?
I will walk through the main door.
Okay. Yeah, so from outside there's the crunching of footsteps past the window, through the house, and then you would appear in the door.
Yes.
That's me. Well, how? What do you do?
I
I just go to stand beside my double and let you do your scene.
I proceed to sort of pretend as if I'm just merely like an illusion in a way, and walking through all my valuables as if I were to do my work as I always do.
Who are you? Speak to me, spirit.
I suddenly turn towards him and go, "Why? Don't you recognize your own face? It's been years since then.
He seems confused. Continue.
Why, it's been a long time. But what do we remember of the past? After all, it's all the money that matters, isn't it?
But of course. Money's the only thing who doesn't betray you.
Indeed it is. So much time spent counting numbers, counting the amount of gold we have. But I do remember a short time, when we didn't have time for that. And we were suddenly dragged to celebrations. Do you remember that?
Falswick's party.
Indeed. A very festive party, indeed. With so many faces, so much joy. Tell me, who else was there? It's been so long.
Mr. Falswick and his mom. I believe the British Marquis was there as well.
Yes, indeed. And I do remember there was a maiden of sort. Someone fair. You remember her?
Beatrice, of course.
Ah, yes, Beatrice. How lovely she was, wasn't she?
Yes, but he could never understand the value of money.
Indeed. A woman such as her would not understand what we want. However, what was it really that drove us so far apart? After all, didn't we connect upon first sight?
I'm not sure myself. You should know as good as well as I. She merely decided to leave one day. When I told her we had to postpone the wedding yet another year. Clearly it's not great times to marry when affairs are still not going favorably.
Oh, but of course, it is way too expensive to get married. Too much to prepare, too much to think. After all, love is not worth as much as it weighs in gold, isn't it? But do tell, what did she... It's been so long. What was the way she looked before she left? Do you remember her hair, her eyes, what she wore?
How could I forget?
You wouldn't happen to have saved anything from her? Anything important? Or has that lost value too?
Clearly not. He seems defensive. It would probably be dangerous to prod further.
Could I tempt an intimidation check to push him to speak more?
More that he doesn't really think, he doesn't have anything else really to comment.
Okay. In that case, I'll bring up other things. I speak to him. Well, besides from our dear beloved, what else was it at the celebrations? After all, it could not have just been money and all other things. There must have been other reasons for you to be there.
No, I don't think there was any.
So I take it that there's not much of our past we can say for ourselves, isn't there? We've always been the way we've been, with money on our heads.
But of course.
Now tell me, is that all there is of us? Is money all that we ever thought of? All
Why would
that...
there ever be anything else?
So much time lost. So much time we could have spent celebrating.
Why would we celebrate? There is no value in that.
Perhaps. Maybe not, if you think about it. However, there's much we could lose with time. I lost all that time I could have had with our beloved Beatrice. All because of our greed.
Go on.
As I say so, I proceed to slowly walk up to the door. And as I stand before the door, I turn towards him and go, if there's anything you could have done different for the both of us, what would that have been?
Nothing.
You would simply live like this for all our years, from our youth until we grow old.
But of course, this is what I wanted all my life.
Is it though? Is it really
Yes.
what we wanted?
Yes.
We may be the same, but I feel like you have changed more than I was, than we was back then.
No.
Have we not?
No. And he's beginning to become skeptical.
Try to attempt to read a bit of his mind to see if there's anything he can give me.
His surface thoughts are suspicion.
I proceed to look back at the door and tell him one last time. Then I hope you can do better for us, either now or in the future. As I then leave through the door.
He seems confused. What was that about?
Do yourself no service. The you of the past had other things on his mind. It seems that you have forgotten them, and no reminding will bring them back. Those chains the brothers mentioned grow heavier on you with each minute at this rate. But it's not my place to speak of the specifics. Perhaps we should turn to the present. And thus we turn to... Scrolling up to find names. Holly, I believe it was, in the middle.
Yes. Okay.
Do you enter through the window or the door?
So, let's see here. Okay. I feel like... So there was a candle lit in the room, right?
Yes.
Okay. So... I think... Oh, actually... Does he have a fireplace with a chimney?
Yes, but it's extinguished right now.
Yes. Is it possible to come in through that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Would be possible.
I would like to try to do that.
Okay, give me athletics.
I will do.
Yep, you can climb down the chimney fine.
Yeah, so as the footsteps from the house reverberate throughout the house and then exit through the window and the crunching of snow, they don't seem to even stop, I guess, as you'd then begin to sort of, and then there's the sound of crumbling wall, I guess, potentially, since he wouldn't have spent any money on maintaining it.
And out of the chimney you appear.
Yes. Oh, hello there.
Alright. Who are you?
Well, and she snaps her fingers and casts prestidigitation to light the fire from after she has stepped out.
Okay.
And says, well, I am the spirit of Folkrest present, of course.
What does that mean?
Well, I am here to show you all you're missing out on in the here and now.
What would I be missing out on?
Yes. Indeed. Okay. So, there's a question like, what was everyone thinking of? Like, what we should do for this section? Like,
I think sort of
do you plan?
any sort of visions of people enjoying celebrations, giving gifts to each other, just being happy both in themselves and with others, potentially. was what I
Yeah.
was thinking. But if someone else had any more specific ideas as well, we could do those too.
So that is not something like Holly could do on her own, except if we were to take him outside. So should I
I
try to lure
mean,
him?
you can always sing him a song or make a performance.
You could
Yes.
potentially try and sing a song of oh God, we're just invasive Christmas carolers.
Yeah. All right. I also have an idea with so I would have prepared this beforehand for like distort value. If
Oh, that's good.
so, I could make something appear either more valuable or less valuable.
Okay.
Did you have an idea with that, Stella?
The moment you said it,
Yeah.
the idea of making money worthless in his eyes while making any sort of merriment or whatever else, it probably doesn't work on non-physical objects, but any sort of thing like that what appear to be worth more. If he's I mean, depending on how the spell is worded.
Yeah, it lasts one. It takes 1 minute to cast, but it lasts for 8 hours, and it's not concentration. And I can do it on items no more than 1 foot on a side.
For example, a Christmas dinner. Or
Yes.
Folkrest dinner.
Yeah.
So I guess I would have that prepared then.
Yep.
Yeah, I can show that. So
Yes, you could half the value of gold or double the value of gifts or food or something.
yes, I could do that on 2 things then. So one to up and one to lower. And then to do some sort of performance. Yeah. I guess she brings out her harp.
Okay.
And plays, and I don't have the details. I'll just roll for it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any more here. Do before that, but yeah.
Bloody hell.
You make a performance explaining all of the joys of Folkrest. And while he seems reluctant, you can see almost a very light hint of a smile growing towards the end of it. He quickly realizes and readjusts himself, but it's there.
Did he say that? So did he say that last part, or?
No, like that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. He then kind of goes, what about those who don't have money? If they don't have money, they can't celebrate. Clearly, money is still most important.
Oh. Are you really sure of that? And I take out my 1 gold piece. which I have distorted value on.
Hmm?
Are you sure? Money is what I must just think. And I show it to him.
He seems kind of skeptical.
It's an investigation check to see if it's examining it. So, what's the spell? What's your spell save DC?
15.
15?
Yep. So 13 fails. So
But what of those who are poor, who can't afford any celebrations?
Well, even with not the greatest of means, you can still make good food, and when made in the right spirit, its value is priceless. And she brings out a plate of. It was relatively modest food, but it's been distorted value on as well.
But then I ask you the question. Those who don't have any money to buy neither food nor celebrations, would they not prefer money still?
Well, you underestimate the value of the company, the friends and family. There is happiness to be had there.
He seems pondering. You might have to show him some truth.
Right.
Have you seen any proof of someone in a very poor condition yet still celebrating?
the people who we saved from those bandits, I believe.
Yeah. Like. So Holly doesn't have anything that would let her show that per se.
What about anyone else? You are still around, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's outside being able to listen in on this. So
I mean, would a minor illusion be able to like recreate a scene?
Maybe not an entire scene, but we'll be able to recreate an
picture.
image. Yeah, an image, yeah.
Yeah.
What if we combined our minor illusions? Could that make a bigger picture of the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say we should probably do that. Like from the outside, just cast the minor illusion to show what Holly wants us to show, essentially.
Yeah.
So how does Holly like move into it then? Knowing that you have two people with minor illusion just outside the window.
Yes. So then if we were planning to show sort of poor family we saved earlier, then I think she would say, well, let me show you just such a family. I met
Straight-
them just earlier today.
Okay, and outside.
Estrella will then show the picture of like the family like smiling and all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be assisting.
Is that Mr. Krebit's family?
Indeed.
I pay them such a surly. Pay him such a surly wage. He could unlikely afford. Oh. As he sees the young grung boy smiling wholeheartedly as he limps away. Tell me, spirit. The young one. The
Yes.
little one. Will he survive another year?
Well, that I do not know. And, well, without any more help, perhaps. But I know someone who could change that. And she looks very intently at him.
He seems to be in thoughts. He seems to be in a state of needing something to really shock his mind to change, to grab his attention now. Something like a scene change.
Yep.
Time.
Oh boy.
Yep. And so, oh yeah.
All right.
I was going to dimension door you at the same time. So the fire wings sound as you vanish.
Okay, I think you
that
go
works for you.
for smoke, right?
Smoke, yeah. If you aren't going to do it, I was going to.
Ah, that's great.
Well, I was thinking fireworks.
Okay. All
Why
right.
are you purring? I don't even touch you.
He fails to save and is blinded as you turns the candle and firelight in the room into a blinding firework.
Well,
And as
I'm
you do-
thinking only the fireplace because it's
Okay.
only one
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that works.
fire
Well.
cube.
Yep.
So yeah.
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 And then
And
you
she makes
get
herself-
dimension doored out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, so the invisible Candace yoinked you out of there as soon as you did that. And then because I can see through my my double and get its senses, I can just leave myself outside for now. And then I can come in mid-scene and just sneak in mid-scene or something.
Yeah. All right. As he's kind of
So
rubbing the blindness out of his eyes.
yep, there's nothing left but the candle and the illusory disguised Candace there then.
Yes. So for the last.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the present?
It's unexpected yet.
Our story is nearly over. Worry not. There is hope. But we have seen your past, and we have seen the present. Tell me, how much have you thought of the future?
All I know is, as long as I have my own money, nothing bad can happen.
That's what you believe, then, I see. Well, maybe so bold. And that would be the cue for part 3. How do you guys wish to enter?
While you were talking to him about all of that, I already used Walking Ink to create the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Enlarge on him as well. Like, it's gonna be a big...
You create this kind of
Big
like quite sizable like creature of like a hooded, like there isn't even really a face.
There is no
it's
face,
just
there is no
ink
nothing.
Black,
It's just, yep.
Ink black covered in like a hood. Just a dark being who you then enlarge even more to be about the size of like a Goliath or an orc roughly in size.
Yes. And at the same time, obviously, also make the 3 ravens, so he has at least 2 on each, one on each shoulder.
Yes.
And another one is gonna be entering the house and circle around, as in, like, you know, it brings death.
Yep. Yep.
And
You
while
see
all
this
of that is...
inky
Yep.
bird enter the window, kind of hovering around. Kind of
Which also will
squawks.
distract him, which also means that Estrella and... what was her
Win.
name?
Win.
Yeah, Win can enter unnoticed.
Yep. You enter unnoticed out of sight. And this creature, where do you want to place it?
He's gonna just, let's see, in the middle of the room,
Alright.
pretty much.
It stands
Not
there,
too, I can add
looming.
some smoke.
Just menacingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smoke's a great touch
Smoke
as well.
billowing around, covering essentially
I'd use
anything
my
below. Yeah, anything below waist level is just covered in smoke. And this
That's
big, black, inky, like ominous figure stands and commands the presence in the room. Scott goes, are you the spirit of the future?
Indeed. And what I am about to show you will not make you very happy. You see, you have done a lot of bad and wrong things. Your greed has eaten you up. And as such, you won't be living for another year if you keep this up. I then use Minor Illusion to show his grave.
Okay, a gravestone appears in the smoke. It's covered in snow. Who is that?
That is yours.
He kind of looks at the void of a face of the creature. He kind of seems to get weak. He falls down to his knees as he grabs the wispy, inky cloth. Please, spirit, I will change. Just don't make this a reality.
That is up to you. And if you do not change, I then use Minor Illusion to show that kid that he has just seen limp around with a big smile, dead. Dead on his bed.
No. No. And due to pure shock, he passes out. You see pure shock and fear.
Candace, having snuck back in at this point, sort of invisibly leans out the window and sort of, didn't you say you had a spell you could wake him up with?
No.
Well, indeed.
Seems
want
to
me
have
to use
lost
that?
it. I think so, but she looks checked back over her shoulder at the scene. I think we should perhaps clear the room a bit first. You just nods to again visibly. She forgets, nods to Win and
Estrella.
sorry, Estrella.
I will
I
also
think you
send
played
in a
your
mage hand to help.
Okay.
You clean up the room then. The creature goes back to its normal size.
Yeah, and I will dispel it. Like, just
All right.
poof. It just poofs into ink, splatters. I don't know.
Is he on in the middle of the floor, somewhere,
Yes.
or
Yes.
we should definitely
I-
put him back in bed?
Yes, I'll grab him and put him into bed.
Okay, give me athletics.
Can I help, or
I would like to give a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Bardic inspiration for carrying an old man to bed.
So you can add a d6.
Give me athletics and then add a d6.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
that's
that's fine.
enough and already.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
you can lift him one-handed.
While they carry this man to bed, I will use my calligrapher's supplies to write him a tiny letter that just says, "You need to change. Remember, and then just sign it with death.
If
God,
you want, I can
that's-
illusory script it so only he'll be able to see it.
Oh my god, yes.
And if you
That's-
show it to anyone
that's-
else, I can
that's
have it as
terrifying.
anyone else.
What
Say
did you do?
anything else.
Oh,
All right,
please,
you do this and then
Nice.
you leave the room.
Well, I can. If I can touch the paper, I can also use light on it.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
that
touch
works.
the paper.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
yeah. Candace and her illusory are going to stay in the room.
What color on the light do we want that the paper will emit?
What would
blue?
I think just plain white light.
Yeah,
for
just plain
Christmas is
white.
really fine.
Yep.
Let's just make sure that he changes his ways and doesn't get treated like he's completely insane and put him inside.
I've done this.
Yeah, we
Oh my
don't
God,
need to
oh my
be
God.
too mean to him.
I wasn't mean.
No.
I've just
No,
shown
no,
the
I know. I
truth.
said we.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed him the truth and you passed out, and now you're sending him a message from death.
Yes.
All right.
Because maybe what if he doesn't remember?
Yeah, okay,
All
fair.
right.
That's
Just a
why.
reminder.
Do you then leave the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you all leave the room
I shall remain.
and await the morning.
Or
We're gonna wake him up.
Are you? Okay.
Did
That's
you want
yeah.
that?
We're gonna.
If
I
you
mean, he
want
could
that,
probably
yeah.
also wake up himself.
Candace wants to finish the
Yeah, the
Okay.
the whole
scene.
thing.
Well,
Yeah, that's
sudden
all.
awakening then.
All right. He kind of comes to. Seeing the note here. He goes,
Candace is still standing in the middle of the room as her raven familiar is on her shoulder. Worry not.
he looks over.
So,
What do you do?
what do you think? I just look at him sort of. What do you think?
I understand. I understand.
She nods. I do hope that the happiness you find is truly worth it for you. and with my real self now outside, I end the spell and my illusory decoy vanishes. The raven flying out the window.
He paces
And that would be,
around
yeah.
in his room for the rest of the night. In the morning, as you arrive at his home again just before the first dawn, he comes out of his house. He spots the Arakokra from before. He runs up to them. Here! And hands them an entire pouch full of gold pieces.
Okay.
He then turns to a tired-looking teenager kind of walking along the street, seemingly trying to find a scrap or to eat. Kind of, you there! Here! And throws another bag of gold pieces. Go to the grocer and buy the biggest bird they have. Keep the change and bring it to and then he states an address in the north part of town.
Mm-hmm.
He then runs failingly down the street. Down to Mr. Foswick's house. Kind of tells the Goliath, here, and hands like 2 bags of gold pieces. Give these to Mr. Foswick. Buy something nice for everyone at the party. He continues this, running around town, handing out money. Until he reaches a house in the north part of town. The door is hobbly to the side. The walls have holes in them every here and there. At this point, they are not really making much of a difference. He knocks on the door. Cribbit? Mr. Cribbit? Mr. Rob Cribbit opens the door. He goes, Mr. Ebbenbreeze? What are you doing here? I was just on my way to work. Scott looks, kind of goes, Mr. Cribbit, I've had enough. I will pay for the renovation of your house. I will pay for your Folkrest dinner. And I'm raising your salary. Making you my partner. Mr. Cribbit seems shocked and confused. And then, well, come in. Then you can see inside the window of the poor house that the family sat around a table. It seems they've actually gotten the money enough to buy something nice to eat today. And Scott seems Very much a changed man. As the elf appears next to you. Well, it seems that you succeeded. Indeed, quite a miracle. I believe we shall call this story a Folkrest Fantasia. And that's where we end the story.
I love how you almost said Scrooge at the